Hello and welcome to StratNews Global. I'm Parul Chandra, and with me today is the Ambassador of Germany to India, Walter Lindner. And today we're not going to be talking about strategic issues or India-Germany bilateral relations. Rather, we're going to be talking about some very scintillating music, and the person behind it is the German ambassador. Welcome to StratNews Global, Mr. Lindner. Pleasure having you with us.
Thank you, Parul Ji. It's good to be in the show again.
Yeah, good to be talking to you again. So let me begin by asking you, what all is this music about? I believe you've come up with a very unusual video to mark Germany's reunification.
Yeah, we kept it as a surprise, in fact. But you know me, I'm a musician. I was first a musician, then I became a lawyer, and then I became a diplomat. But deep to my heart, I'm just a musician. So if you ask me, are you a musician, are you a diplomat? I would say I'm a musician. So an artist, has to come up with creative ideas. Now, when we saw that we have a 30th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, and we can't celebrate it with all our Indian friends in our embassy garden or somewhere else in India because of the virus, I thought, let's do something. But I didn't want to do another webinar, another digital workshop or something. People can't see this anymore. I thought, let's do something different. Let's catch the people with a surprise. And that's the surprise.
Yes, and so what is this video about? Can you tell us a bit about this video?
Yes. So 30 years ago, the Cold War came to an end. The Berlin Wall came down. It was a very historic moment in history, not only for Germany, but for the whole European Union, for Europe, for the world, I would say, because the Cold War came to an end. Now, at this particular moment, a big celebration of the reunification. Germany was separated for 40 years, and they had to celebrate that day that they were reunified again. And to do that, they made a huge event at the Brandenburg Gate, which is in the center of Berlin. They had speeches, of course, of Gorbachev and others, but also they had a cultural event, a concert, a huge concert. And in that concert, there was a German band, a German rock band, well known, the Scorpions. They performed there, and they composed a song for that particular event. And the song is called, many Indians might know it from the college times, Wind of Change.
Yes.
And the idea was, this song is iconic for that moment. So let's recreate this song again, but this time with Indian musicians, with an Indian spice in it. And that was the surprise.
Yeah, so some Indian masala into Wind of Change, and
Exactly.
You're very right. It's a very iconic song, and of course, those born after German reunification may not have heard it, but I think I would advise them to listen to this song. So, when you decided to do this fusion music, what was the idea behind it, and how did you go about doing it?
You see, Indian music and Western music is not totally compatible. Some Western music is based on chords, and the Indian music is based on a melody and on improvisation on it. So I had to see to combine it. I didn't want to do an awkward mix, but I wanted to, as you said, some rock music with an Indian spice, saffron in it. And to do that, you need good musicians, Indian musicians. And first of all, I needed the okay by the composer. The frontman of the show of the Scorpions is Klaus Meine, so I had to call him. I got through to him, I called him, and we really befriended each other. We didn't know each other before that, and he said, "Yes, you can do it. It's a wonderful idea," because he has a lot of fans. Scorpions have fans in India. So he said, you can do this, and show me the video afterwards." By the way, we did, and he was flabbergasted. He said, I got goosebumps, and it's a wonderful thing. So you need good musicians, Indian musicians. I have a studio here, and I did most of the music, but the spices had to come from Indian musicians, and we needed a good singer. And I knew now I'm here in India since 1.5 years, and I knew quite a number of Indian musicians, and I chose those which I needed there, and I asked them whether they would be doing the thing with me, and they said yes.
Yes, in fact, you mentioned that you have a studio, and I must tell our viewers that we are sitting in Ambassador Lindner's studio here at his residence within the German embassy. And as you can see behind me, this is part of his studio. And this is where, in fact, he has these, musical sessions with Indian musicians. Am I right, Ambassador Lindner?
Yeah, this where we sit is especially the corner for the Indian musicians. You can see
Yes.
before you step on it, you gonna kiss the floor, and
Yes.
then you have the bamboos, and you have all this tabla, and so this is done here, the Indian stuff. All the rest is in the rest of the studio, the drums and the bass and the guitars. So everything is done here. The whole record was done in New Delhi and in this studio.
So how difficult was it to record this fusion music during COVID times?
Well, the challenge during COVID times for all the musicians is they can't really gather in a studio because singing is bad. You transfer all the virus. So all the studios around the globe have the same difficulties. So what you do is, thank God, we have good techniques this day where you record something. For example, the lead singer recorded in Noida in his own house at home. He had a microphone and had a kind of a good way of recording it. He recorded it there and he sent me the file and I put it into the mix.
Okay.
And if you are, I don't do this since yesterday. I'm a musician since 45 years. So if you're experiencing that, you can do this and you do the mix. I did all the mix here and we did the mastering in New York, but the mix was done here.
I see. You mentioned the lead singer, if I'm not mistaken, his name is Chetan Avasthi.
Yes.
And I've seen the video and he's really sung the song beautifully. And you said that he recorded it in his house. He didn't come to the studio here to record it?
Very few musicians, only some background singers came here. All the others sent their files from Varanasi, from Noida, from other places.
So who were the other musicians who were part of this experiment?
Well, there's a group which is called the Maharaj Trio, which are friends of mine from Varanasi. Shantur, and then tabla and sitar. And this is all, it's a family. It's a 400-year-old musician family, many members of, and they have they performed in Germany. They speak German, and the father of the group, he performed with Western musicians, John McLaughlin and others. So he's used to Western kind of music. So I knew them. They were already sitting here before COVID, and I called them and said, "Can you be part of it?" And then I sent them the basic song, and they listened to the song with headphones and played their solos.
I see. So the notes, etc., for their respective instruments, say the sitar or the tabla, they just heard the Wind of Change song and then played accordingly.
They heard via the headphones, they heard the song. I gave them the chords and they improvised.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Professional, you will see on the video, they're professional and, it sounds like they're sitting here in the studio. But it's the only way you can do such a record during COVID times.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you could not do it.
Absolutely, because I've seen the video and it almost seems as though everyone is sitting together and playing the music. Now, once you recorded it and they all sent their recordings, what was the next step to put it all together? Did you do it?
I did it, yes. I have a huge mixing board here, and I do most of the music mixing myself. And then I send it, the whole mix. I send it to New York to a company where they do the mastering, and then they send it back, and now it's here. It's on a CD, and it's available, and it's worldwide. You can download it in Amazon and in other platforms. It's out there in the market.
Okay, there is a drummer also who's part of this video.
I didn't have a drummer here in India because it's difficult. I needed a rock drummer. And so I called a friend in New York, Peter Assar, and he's a rock drummer. And I told him, okay, this is the song, and I need that many seconds. I need that groove, I need that groove, I need a fill in between. And he recorded it there, and he sent me the audio, and then I put it in there.
So how long did it take you to put it all together?
From the idea, my concept idea, until the realization, 2 months.
Okay. And now that you've got this video together, one question that I really wanted to ask you was is this song still relevant after 3 decades? It's talking about change. It's talking about a very significant change, in fact.
I think, yes. You know, the song was written 30 years ago. The world was different at that time. For a moment, let's say for a whole decade, until 9/11, we all believed that the future is very bright. There is no more confrontation. You know, that was the same time as in South Africa, the apartheid came to an end.
Yes.
So that's why Mandela is there. So we had this idea worldwide that the world will be a much better place. Until 10 years later, when the terrorism came again and then other wars. And nowadays, if you look around how many conflicts we have. So I think the message is still there. It's a ray of hope. If the Berlin Wall can come down, if the Cold War can come to an end after 40 years, any conflict can come to an end. You know, we just have to work on it. And so it gives a ray of hope. It doesn't have to be like it is at the moment. Things can get better. And especially in the COVID times, I think when people stay at home and have some kind of depressive thoughts and whatever, you watch this video, you see the children playing and they're talking about their futures and, you know, better understanding. It might be a bit naive to have such a vision, but, you know, if you don't have a dream, you have no dream to come true. You have to dream first. And this is about the song.
Ambassador Lindner, because you're a musician yourself, my final question to you, what does music mean to you? And what does it mean? What does music mean for the world at large? What can music bring to the world?
You see, there are many aspects, of course, in the life. One is the ratio, what you see, what you perceive, the numbers, and you think, okay. Then you have the spiritual part, okay, what you believe and these philosophical things. And then you have the artistic part. I think the world without art, whatever it is, painting, poetry, dance, music, gives color to the world. Otherwise, the world would be black and white. That's it. So the world without music is, for me, not imaginable, because it lifts you up. It talks to you directly. Whatever your title is, you're man or woman, you're child or not, you're black or green or whatever is your color, it talks to you directly. You don't need any other fuss about it. It talks to you. So music is something we should, and art as such, we should put much more into the center of our lives. At least it is a life without it, it's much poorer.
I have seen the video, but I'm sure a lot of other people, our viewers, would like to see this video. So why don't we have a look at this video and share this beautiful piece of music that's been put together by you and other musicians.
Thank you, yeah. Looking forward.
Hi, this is Klaus Meiner of the Scorpions. On October 3rd, Germany celebrates the 30th anniversary of the historical reunification. Walter Lindner, the German ambassador in India, and also a very talented musician, recorded an Indian version of Wind of Change together with many wonderful Indian artists in order to celebrate this very special event together. Today we're building bridges across borders and cultures for a better and more peaceful world. This is Wind of Change.
Squad down to Gorky Park, listening to the wind of change. An August summer night, soldiers passing by, listening to the wind of change. closing in. And did you ever think that we could be so close like brothers? The future's in the air, can feel it everywhere, blowing in the wind of change. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow dream away in the wind of change. Walking down the street, and distant memories are buried in the past forever. I follow the Moskwa down to Gorky Park, listening to the wind of change. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow share their dreams with you and me. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow dream away in the wind of change. The wind of change blows straight into the face of time, like a storm wind that will ring the freedom bell for peace of mind. Let your bell Lakers sing what my guitar wants to say. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow share their dreams with you and me. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow dream away in the wind of change.
Ambassador Lindner, it was really a pleasure sharing your thoughts on this video and on the wonderful music that you've produced with other musicians. And let's hope it brings some kind of relief, some kind of break from the tedium of having to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes, it was good to have you here, especially here in my corner, in my Indian
Yes.
corner of the studio. And I'm looking forward to the reaction of those people who watched the movie and the video. And thanks for coming and for asking all these questions.
Thank you.